Dumelang, ke a le amogela mo Raising Babies 101 mo SABC 2, the show that will take you through life's most challenging journey, ho hodisa bana. Ke nna Carol Ofori, and today we'll be introducing you to all things Raising Babies 101. On this new and exciting show, we'll cover everything you want to know as an expectant parent until Wanahao is around 5 years old. We'll bring you experts in the field as well as mothers and caregivers in our communities who will give you top advice on how to nurture and look after your child. We'll also be challenging those myths, leading misconceptions and old wives' tales that you've always heard. This show will introduce you to everyday moms and dads who will share their experiences and the challenges, as well as prizes. There'll be giveaways for you and your baby. Coming up on today's show, we talk cravings, emergency nappy changings, responsibilities. We chat to a celebrity guest, a dishy daddy. Now you have just discovered that uimile or you're struggling khorobala. Parenting blues will never end. Welcome my guests in studio, Gogo Moyo, Dr. Mpumi Simelane, a gynecologist,
Hi.
And of course Dr. Gabaza Ngubeni.
Thank you.
And a warm welcome to our studio audience. I think I'll start with you, Gogo Moyo. What would you say is the most important thing about Hudisawana?
Go godisa ngwana go botlhokwa gore ngwana o a itsebe gore yana ke namang gore o tswalela ko lapeng le lefeng le gore sefane sa gae se ra goreng le gore ka bophelo ba gae le ena a gone bo tseba gore o tla ba fitlhela kae mo bophelong ka o tseba gore o tswa kae as motho as ngwana
And then I have to ask you, Dr. Mpumi, as well. The words childhood development are often used when talking about parenting. What do you think is the most important thing about that?
Look, we often think childhood development starts when the child is actually born. But actually, one of the most important things that we are finding more and more is that even before the pregnancy, during the pregnancy, those are the things that contribute significantly to the child development. Give a child a good start, and they are set for a much, much more productive life going forward.
I see. And then I have to ask you as well, Dr. Gabaza.
Yeah.
What are some of the issues that affect children, more early childhood development?
Parenting starts from inside, you know. So number one, you start with your prenatal. Make sure that your prenatal period is well taken care of by doctors like her. She's a gynecologist. And post-delivery, there are things to follow, obviously, you know, immunizations and so on and so on and so on. The most important bond that you form is the earliest bond.
All right.
You know, because parents tend to complain about teenagers. It's too late.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the time. The first few years of life, this is the time to guide and nurture the child and show the child.
All right. So what would you say that parents need to know most about becoming a parent? What is the most important thing that they need to know?
botlhokwa ba gore batswadi ba ba kopane ba gona o ira ngwana tsanetse pele ba tlhokomele pele gore foundation ya bona e bjang as a couple ba ntse ba santa ba utlwana a kere go ba gona tlhomphana mo ka mo ba tlhomphanang ka teng mo e tlo bontsha ka mo ba tlo godisa ngwana o ka teng a kere so let's say in the situation setse o nyetswe a sa tlhoka gore it be more of a secret because the family di kopantshitswe le badimo setse ba itsane
and to work about the cultural belief, and I want to speak specifically to you about that. But doctor, I want to find out from you from a nutrition point of view, Dijon, nutrition, education, safety. If you could give us a holistic picture of what's important. Okay, today today I want to make a baby.
When you find out that you are pregnant, obviously there's a lot of lifestyle changes. You know, things like alcohol.
Important.
Yeah, you know, like alcohol has a huge impact. Smoking has a huge impact. In fact, the weight of the person, yes, because I mean you can predispose yourself to things like diabetes during the pregnancy, which will directly impact the baby. So your health is quite important. Going even further, I think what we don't touch on enough is the importance of your mental health as well.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, pregnancy is quite cumbersome in a sense. Your body literally goes into this military phase of trying to protect this baby. You'll find people getting miscarriages from stressful situations. So your mental health is just as important, which then brings me to the point of saying, it's not the woman who becomes pregnant, it's a couple who becomes pregnant, it's the family who becomes pregnant, and even more so, it's the community.
Got you, I got you.
Yeah.
And then as we wrap it up, culture and belief, we are in South Africa. Culture and belief, culture, beliefs. What would you say is a guideline or a way of somehow reaching some sort of compromise when it comes to that within this decision of
ngwana o hese a tlo tlhaga mo lefatsheng le ge before a tlo tlhaga tsanetse go be le memmereko e tsanetse etsiwe ke both sides of the families, right? The paternal side tsanetse ba be expectant of mpa e le ngwana o a ke o tshwana dilo tse botlhokwa tsa o fa ngwana lebitso la maybe go tlhokofetseng dilo tse bjalo tsanetse batho ba tlhokomele go ba ska ideetsa dilo tse. It's not the most advisable thing to do because pila if wetsa bjalo, if I give my child my grandfather's name and he was a delinquent or someone who wasn't very successful mo phelong ba hae, pila ke mo rwadisa yona image ya gagwe le mathata a gagwe le behavior qualities tsa gagwe ke di beya mo ngwanong o na se o fetsang go tlhaga mo lefatsheng a kere so tsanetse go be dilo tse tsanetse o tsamaye o di tlhompha e seng gore o acknowledge batho ba bagolo mara go tla ba le mo ba tlo tlhagelang mo teng ntatemogolo mo a ka tlhagella ka tsela ya gore o ba tlo tsamaya le ngwana o mo phelong ba hae a tsamaye a mo guide then a batla gore a me acknowledge le ge a phahla dilo tse bjalo so o gona acknowledge sedimo seo but not necessarily gore o mo fe lebitso leo because it tlo change le pattern ya bophelo ba hae le ka motswadi is like, especially the mother, is like one of the most fundamental parts of a child's growth. Because ka mokgwa o buang le ngwana o ka teng, whether about ka family ya hae kwa tswaletsweng ko teng papa gagwe or anything like that, o bopa ngwana o go anaga a be le certain perception ka yona family a leng associated le yona. If o tlo bua gore papa hao a se selo, papa hao o paletse go dilo tse so, you are feeding this darkness into this child.
I hear you. It's a very emotional topic. Rabona gore there's so many parts of raising wana. It's just not fela gore monna le mosadi get together ba ira ngwana. There's so many complicated things to think about, your mental health, your physical health, le gore ngwana o tla mo tlhokomela jang, o tla mo ruta jang, and your family beliefs. It's very complicated. Thank you so much all for your views on this particular topic. It's quite a sensitive but interesting one. Next up, You Decide, where you get to make up your mind about the topical question of the day. So what are some of the weird things that pregnant women crave? We hit the streets to find out what expectant moms try to get their hands on during pregnancy, and here's what they had to say. Harashebe.
Craving.
Cravings.
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 Weird cravings.
I was craving ipapa ne cheese nje. Emeltile.
Peanut butter and chilies. Viennas and tea.
Labanye banukelwa so maybe banukelwa mafutha baqhubisa nge-roll on.
Some of the cravings I heard, some ladies have like peanut butter and chilies, chicken and cheese.
I always heard some ladies were speaking of eating sand.
The sand, which I love the most.
The first day mangivakashe clinic bathiwa ngithatha igazi zange balithole beliblockele enhlabathi.
Others they like drinking cold water, and then babambare they eating for two, which is not good because it's like you gain a weight and then haibatle gaining off weight during pregnancy.
Why? I don't know why.
It feels good eating it.
I did if
I think maybe because of the hormones or maybe the babies making him feel like they want something again.
But it's that thing because the bona is okay for bona. Or ngwana ke ntho a e batlang. That's what they're thinking. Or, okay, I'm craving this because ngwana o batla this. But then it's not healthy for them. And then but then still they do it because they can't control it.
Doctor said it's wrong. But hey, you gotta break their rules.
That is absolutely crazy. That is crazy. So we've got our audience here. Any of you experience strange cravings? How no Emile?
Sanibonani. Mina bengiye ngithande kakhulu ifishi namawutwana.
Oh.
Nenhlabathi.
Inhlabathi.
Inhlabathi bengiyitshontsha kokuqala ngoba umyeni wami bekangavumi ukuthi ngidle inhlabathi.
Yeah.
Ukuhamba kwesikhathi ukukhula komntwana ngaphakathi kwayidimanda kakhulu inhlabathi. Ubaba womntwana bekahamba ayolanda i12.5 yenhlabathi azoyifihla phansi kwebhedi ngoba umama ezala bekufanele angayiboni. Ene bengiyidla within 3 weeks ifanele seyiphelile. Uma ingaphela akakwazi ukulala endlini. Dr.
Mpumi, this is interesting.
Gosh.
She says her baby demanded sand. Is this a myth or is this real?
From a perspective of umhlabati in particular, what we have looked at and found is that there is an element of kukhona something eshodayo, ama minerals or ama vitamins ashodayo emzimbeni. Kakhulukazi things like zinc, things like potassium, and also things like iron. So I always say kuma patient wami kakhulukazi hambani niye clinic and check because ungathola ukuthi uthola igazi lakho liphansi and stuff. So that's why sinikeza ama supplements sometimes.
So wenza kanjani ke ufuna umhlabathi?
Zimbabwe has it speaks a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
So for example, ungacabanga ukuthi ukhalela chocolate. Kahle you just want something sweet. So you can get something that is equivalent to that, but not necessarily a chocolate per se. So always keep it clean, keep it healthy. A chocolate or two here and there is all right.
But no sand,
but sand, no.
Dr. Simelane, some insightful things. Vitamins and coming up next, we're changing a nappy in an emergency. After the break, easy peasy. Well, stay tuned to find out. Welcome back to Easy Peasy, where we show you how to make childcare simple, straightforward, and fun. You find yourself in that awkward situation where you have to change your child's nappy, but hakuna toilet, hakuna pleke mo ka irang. Instead, umoteksing kapo in a restaurant or emimo lining. The list is endless. We're lying in this very emergency situation. In today's Easy Peasy, we're joined in studio by Mamelka Shabalala. She'll be telling us exactly what to do. And there's no restrooms around. Dumelang Mamelka.
Hello, Mama Kunjani.
Konjani.
Khona kusho ukuthi mangabe kukhona into ephuthumayo umntwana esizimoshile fanele ebhekini yakho ube nama nappies okutshintsha umntwana nama baby wipes. Then ne cream yokumgcobisa nani ne sanitizer after mawusuqedile ukutshintsha umntwana wakho ukuze ukuya uklila izandla. Manje sesitshintsha umntwana inappi ngokusheshsha. Sengikhiphile imethi yami yokumbeka la phezulu kwami ukuze ngikwazi ukumshintsha ngokusheshsha ngoba ngiyambona ukuthi akasekho right. Uyakhala mayelana nokuthi sozimoshile.
Manje ma uyeteksini wenza kanjani? You make space mo teksini or weta jwang?
Ngimbeka la phezulu kwami, phezulu kwamathanga wami and then bese emva kwaloko ke bese ngiyamkhumulisa njengoba ngisho ngithi ngimbeke phezulu kwami ukuthi akwazi ukuthi ngimkhumulisa ibruko lakhe masinyane ngokusheshsha ngoba ngiyambona ukuthi uyakhala and sozimoshile manje ene lento ayenzile imphethe kabi manje. Then sengiyaqala ke sithando sami ngiyaliqhaqha inipkin lami mangiqeda lapho sengiyalivula and then bese ngiyathatha masinyane ibaby wipes yami bese ngiyaqala ngiyamsula from phezulu ukuya ngenzansi ngimsula umntanami bese ngiyayigoqa ngifaka kuphi eplastikini ngiphinde futhi okwesibili ngikhiphe enye futhi ngokusheshsha ukuthi ngimsule bese ngiyayigoqa ngifake eplastikini bese ngivala ama baby wipes wami ukuthi angabi dry.
And then if kimngwanyana or kimshimane, is there a difference or change nappy jwang if ayilingwanyana or mshimane?
Yebo ikhona umehluko ngoba intombazane fanele nayo mawusula and then i-private party yakhe uyasula kuqala lokho kungcola weshe uye uqala phezulu uye phansi and then lenenye i-baby wipes bese uphinde uyayivola i-private party yakhe konke nezinqe ukuthi kusuleke kahle. Wenzelani ukuthi ama-bacteria lawa aphuma ngapha lapho njengoba ezithomile angangeni ngapha kuyi-private party yakhe yobuntombazane and then nomfana momsula futhi naye uyaphakamisa ama-testicles wakhe umsule kahle wenzela ukuthi yonke into iphume kahle abe clean. Then mase ngiqedile ukumsula kanjalo sengithatha inappi yami le engcolile ngigoqele ngayifaka la sengizobopha and then mase ngibophile sengithatha lena masinyane ngiyamfaka umntanami ukuthi masinyane angaze ato kanje agodole uyabona.
Then ngithanda kufaka i-wet wipe la, especially because I have a baby boy ngibeka la ukuthi if arota fela itla cover, just as a nice tip for you at home.
Okay.
And then you can take it out now when you check close it.
And then bese ngithatha i-cream yami.
Okay.
Bese ngiyamgcobisa kahle ngisuka phezulu futhi ngehla nezinqe ukuya emuva.
Okay.
And then ngiyamgcobisa noma intombazane ngiyamgcobisa right round.
So intombazane we do it on the sides, not in between, angithi.
Awufake kwi-private part yakhe ugcobisa nje emaceleni ngimgcobise zonke izibono zakhe bese ubeka lapha yana bese uyamfakisa ke inepi yakhe futhi umbophe kahle bese uyamgqokisa umntanakho masuqedile ke lapho ukumfaka inepi leyo. Then emva kwaloko ke bese ke soqedile ukumgqokisa sombona ukuthi uthulile so uyabopha kahle ibag yakho njengoba ngishilo ukuthi wayibopha ukuthi for the safety ukuthi yonke into ibe lapho. And then emva kwaloko sengithatha i-sanitizer yami ngigeza izandla ngenzelani ukuthi for in case kwesinye isikhathi uzofuna ibhodlela and then ngingabambi ngingaka sanitize izandla zami.
Go right. Manje, not everybody ukhona afford the diapers so.
Yes.
Some of our ladies go high baberiksa the towel nappy.
Yes.
The same procedure or it's totally different. How because of course ki taxi it's moving. This thing is sharp. Is there any tips you can give?
Kusho ukuthi mangabe uzoshintsha umntwana ngayo le nepi le eyethawula thina vele esikhathini sakudala ngama-90s bekusetshenziswa wona lawa izinto ezenzeka manje nje izinto ezintsha. Then umntwana mawuzomshintsha let's say ofaka ithawula leli lakudala abanye bebayenza ngendlela ezihlukene kodwa ke kusho ukuthi mina eyona esheshayo ngoba kuseteksini isithando sami sifanele sisheshe ukuthi umntwana azokwazi ukuthi aqoke masinyane and then sengiyalifaka inapkin lami ngilenza i-triangle kanje and then mase ngilenze i-triangle kanjalo ngenzani i-bum cream yami ngiyamgcobisa futhi exactly the same thing engiyenze i-procedure engiyenze njengoba bengenza kule baby wipe kule pampers leli and then emva kwaloko mase ngiqedile ke and then bese ngiyabopha kanjena and then mawubopha make sure always ukuthi umntwana ongumfama i-private part yakhe ibheke phansi and then isandla sakho singene underneath ngaphansi kwe-towel leli and then bese uyabopha and wenza sure ukuthi mawufaka isperede sakho nginani masihlabe wena mama kunokuthi siyolimaza umntwana uprotector lesandla lesi sivikela umntwana ukuthi angahlatshwa yini isperede sandwa sami.
Is there any places mo ukareng no how change le mo maybe mo batho ba jang teng kapo mo di queuing, is there any places that are a no o change le
kusho ukuthi isithando sami njengomama uzolenza iplani for umntanakho ukuthi umtholele indawo la ungamtshentshela khona mawubona ukuthi kuleyo ndawo leyo enikuyo akukho kahle ukuthi ungamtshintsha inepi yakhe kodwa njengomama you'll make sure ukuthi umntanakho umfunela indawo right la ungamtshentshela khona.
Okay. What are some of the strangest places where you had to change lileri langwana in an emergency? Let's find out from our studio audience.
ka koba ke ile ka tšhentšhela ngwana ko restauranteng ke le lena ko toropong so go na di public toilets so I had to ke mo be mo di madurpe tsa ka ke mo change ene ke a bona mama o sebetsa di baby bum and nna bathong ha ke afford dilo tse di jwalo so ne ke botsa gore mo site la rona o ka advise ka gore
kusho ukuthi isithando sami ngiphendule imbuzo wakho uba namavasilapho amabili mawumama uhamba nomntanakho i-vaslap enye uyisebenzisela i-upper body enye i-vaslap yakho uyisebenzisela isingenzansi as long uzomsula kahle ngaleyo vaslap yakho ayinankinga mama.
So utlwile ge gore it doesn't matter, you don't have to have the nappy tsena tse durang kapo di wipe or di bum cream, all you need ke di vaslapa tse pedi fela one o tla iberekisa mo dimo and engwe gape o tla iberekisa mo nappy area ya ngwana and then just to make sure gore o phumula sentle o tshasa ngwana sentle and it's all done. Voila! Ke a leboga mewe go tsena gore tlhalosetsa gore re change le leri yang.
Okay, sebonga bona.
Thank you. It's time now for our baby shower giveaway. Okay, viewers, as we all know, parenting can be very, very costly. To make life a little easier for you, our baby shower segment is to shower you with gifts. This week, we have a baby hamper to give away. All you need to do is answer yes or no to one simple question correctly. Does Raising Babies 101 cover child matters from expectant moms to children who are 5 years old? To enter this competition, answer yes or no on our social media platforms. Answer correctly, and one lucky viewer will be randomly selected to win this baby hamper, valued at over 2,500 Rand. The winner will be announced on social media. Good luck! After the break, we answer today's big question regarding maternity benefits and your rights. Stay with us as we'll be right back. Thanks for staying with Raising Babies 101. Maternity benefits and the rights to how as an employee. That is our big question today, where we help our viewers address a parenting problem they are trying to overcome. Tembile Mhlongo applied for maternity benefits, but was met with an unwelcome challenge. She shared a video with us. Harasheb.
Hi, Raising Babies. My name is Tembile, and I was pregnant last year with my first child, and I was giving birth in December. Of course, it was time for me to go to the Department of Labor and try and get money for my maternity leave. But of course, I struggled because after applying, I only got my money like months later, like 4 months later, when I was already back in work. So I don't understand what the process is and why it takes so long. And what's the point of us going to the Department of Labor if they're still going to take forever to pay the money out? What do I do going forward?
Joining me now in studio is Benedict Bolofo from the Department of Labor, together with Fezile Sithole, who is a lawyer. I think I'll have to start with you, Benedict. This must have been a very frustrating situation for Ustembile to apply for something and then 4 months later, what could have happened?
Because we are at Department of Labor, maximum that we can take for your first payment is exactly 35 days. You should get your money from day to apply. Now, employer is the declarations. Then what it means by the time atla office in Yaruna at apply. So our department must now go back to the employer and then now begin to start process our Mr. Employer. When then we do not see any contributions.
Is this common in Twitter? Is it a common thing?
It's a very common thing because employers only understand UIF when it comes for the employees that want to claim. But they tend to ignore the obligations I want to say. By the declaration now since when it's says it's we are maternity even prior I am maternity so that gonna go at the office in Yaruna we are then saying we are aware or we are maternity then we process a claim.
Okay. Fezile, from a legal perspective, how do I convince my employer Department of Labor register? What are my rights as an individual? Because if employer is register, where does that leave me?
It's the legal duty of your employer to have you registered with the UIF. So an employee will assume that if he's working for an employer, he's registered with the UIF. It's a legal obligation for your employer to have you registered with the UIF.
Okay, so if they don't do it, then you can take it up when as an individual, lawyer, outline the case.
Yes.
Okay.
Indeed, so.
Now, what is it? You did mention why it takes long for UIF to get paid out, but let's look at the other side of the coin. Bontate, are they entitled to some form of maternity leave legally? Does the department support anything like that with regards to Bontate?
As far as unemployment insurance fund is concerned, payout, no. Unfortunately, the law has not been extended that far.
Okay, so what happens, I have a wife, maybe, God forbid, now I'm sitting I can have maternity leave, maternity leave, what are my steps? What are my avenues?
Okay. the Basic Conditions of Employment Act states that an employee is entitled to family responsibility leave. And an employee is a person who is working for an employer for at least 4 months. And in that 4 months, you must be working for at least 4 days in a week. So in that case, you are automatically entitled to at least 3 days of parental responsibility.
But that's not enough. 3 days, you need at least 3 months.
Well, just to chip in there, look, the unemployment insurance fund goes further there. Based on an example that I've just given us, you're saying, immediately along the mother passes on. Then in that day, but that mother on us we have another benefit as the unemployment insurance fund, which is a death benefit.
There we go.
Then the father now saying, go officing apply the death benefits. Then that one pays in a lump sum. Then we are saying to the spouse, contributions and on behalf of
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's get a studio audience question from our studio audience. We have, you have a question for us?
If our servants we are going to apply
UIFA. So Benedict, I'll pass it to you and then we'll find out from Fezile from the legal perspective. If Asaberek, what qualify?
Yes, umangabunga sebenzi we are qualified to apply for a UIF, provided we get wasebenza, wa contributor a certain number of years with the fund. Then umaphelelwa umsebenzi then ungaya e-office lethu ufike apply. We'll then call it either ordinary benefits, which means you are retrenched or either dismissed emsebenzini. It's one of the benefits as a department.
You want to add anything there, Fezile?
Just also to add on that, because, you know, some people, they don't understand as to who is entitled to the maternity leave. A person that is entitled to a maternity leave is a person that, of course, that is expecting, and you have to be an employee. As Uput Benedict has said, that you can only get your benefit from the UIF if you've been working before. And if you have been working before, it has to be at least 24 hours in a month that you've been working with the employer.
Okay. So I have to ask you as well, how much can you expect from UIF?
You'll be going on maternity for 4 months. Now, the fund is about 121 credit days. Now, it's a big question.
121 credit days.
Now, look, for every 7 days, we fund you for 1 credit.
Okay.
Now, how sebetsa 4 years, we have accumulated 238 credits. Now, in that 238 credits, how you are maternity, Retlo Patala 121 credits.
So in monetary terms, like
that 121 credits is equivalent to 4 months. Now, system Aruna works on a sliding scale. The lower your your salary the higher the percentage that the fund pays you.
Okay, so let's work on, let's say, 5,000 rand.
Let's say 5,000.
5,000 every month.
Yeah, it's actually, it could be viewed as a lower salary. Then perhaps the system will then indicate to you, okay, pay this person at the maximum percentage, which will be 60%.
So every month,
it will be 60% of
5,000. Okay, my math is bad.
Yes.
I'm thinking around 2,000 something.
2 just
okay.
2.2 maybe.
Every month you'll get about 2 point something.
Yes. Then our lowest percentage that we pay is 38%.
The lowest percentage,
yes.
38%.
Then for a person from like 50,000,
okay,
you probably get paid at around 38%.
What happens if you get rejected? Was submitter and they say, what do you do?
Look, the fund will give you reasons why is your claim rejected. And certainly there are requirements that you're supposed to meet as an expecting mother. One, you apply below 6 months.
Okay.
Okay. Once you're in the application, how your employer must declare you to say, during these 4 months, so-and-so is on maternity, I'll be paying a certain percentage or I'll be paying a nil percentage. Nto to Saruna as a fund to say, to establish your ROFA percentage fee.
Okay.
If your employer ROFA, let's say 30%, then you submit a claim at 30%, while you're on maternity, but only 30% of your salary.
I see.
Then Runa, based on the assessment that claim how we're supposed to pay you, let's say 60%, which simple means then the 30% you're already receiving from the employer will then pay the balance of 30% to ensure that you get 60%.
I see what you
The other employers, those are employers ba afford their employees while on maternity leave. Because there's no law that says...
So you can have your maternity leave money from your company, UIF will also kick in?
Correct, but look, from the company, but about a portion of salary.
I got you.
It's not maternity as such.
Okay.
But I define the way I define like maternity leave, but it's portion of salary.
Portion of salary.
So how am for telling an employer to do that?
Okay.
Basically, so employers when it's says how your maternity or cut salary, probably employ somebody in your place for period till 4 months.
Okay.
Then when you come to the department to apply for your UIF.
As we wrap it up, Fezile, from a legal perspective, na mmereko ko etsang ha se mmereko mo ke tholang a state salary every month, and ka mo ke etsa TV, ka mo ke etsa radio, go a change. Am I entitled to the same things as a 9-to-5 person as well?
You know, just to take on that, and if you are employed, if umsebenzi, you are entitled to the maternity benefits because you are an employee, and the employer is a contributor to UIF. So whether we are shinji umsebenzi or our shinji, it doesn't make any difference as long as you are employed and you are an employee to your employer.
Well, I hope Tembile re arabile potso ya hao. I want to thank my guests for coming in studio and talking about this very interesting and important conversation here, UIF. But after the break, we decode one of the most common complications of pregnancy, postnatal depression, also known as postpartum depression. Welcome back to Raising Babies 101. In Babies Health A to Z, we decode some of those words that we may not understand that are related to giving birth and raising a baby. Today's letter is P for postpartum or postnatal depression. Postnatal depression is a type of depression that many parents experience after having a baby. It's a common problem affecting more than 1 in every 10 women within a year of giving birth. It can also affect fathers and partners, although this is less common. Joining us in studio is Dr. Gabaza Ngobeni. And Doctor, we're talking postnatal depression. I personally suffered postnatal depression. And one of the main things is I wasn't okay.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Well, postpartum depression is quite common. As you have said, that 1 in 10 women do get postnatal depression. And it's quite uncommon. And not necessarily uncommon, but we don't pick it up quite soon. Only because childbirth is supposed to be an enjoyable experience. You've just given birth to this beautiful child, and then suddenly you're depressed, and nobody understands why the hell would you be depressed? You just had a beautiful child, you know, and then you know exactly how you feel inside, you know, and you've got depressive symptoms. You know, depressive symptoms are not so different from your normal depression, you know, appetite get disturbed, sleeping patterns, moody, anger, irritability,
so
and so on.
So at what point when we check, no, we are conducting, we put what is going on, Linna? At what point do you feel?
You know, I think as early as possible. Like, bear in mind that some of the, as much as we say it's postnatal depression, it can start prenatally. It can start prenatally and progresses to postnatal. So when we say postnatal, yes, it's good, but then it's it's always good to be starting prenatally as well, because there are cases that have been recorded.
Okay.
You know, so but obviously you would be having to rely on friends, support, your aunt, and why are you feeling so down? Why are you not eating so well?
Ke eng o sa batle ho tshwara ngwana? Ke eng o sa batle ho jesa ngwana?
Ke eng o sa batle ho jesa ngwana? Ke eng o le so angry? Ke eng o le so bitter? You know, about this baby. Why are you not bonding with this baby? And why are you having sleepless nights? You know, so you yourself, you might not be able to pick it up, but those around you, your aunts and your uncles, who expect you to be so happy in the moon, you know, you've just had this beautiful, they will be able to pick up a few things.
And then yeah, you would go then and see a doctor.
And then you go and see a doctor.
So, who nale treatment for PND and treatment ya teng in kas baka se skanakang?
It really depends. There is different types of treatment for PND. I mean, it's not the end of the world, you know. First, you need support.
And you're
yes.
like family.
I like going to doctors, you know, but I'm not going to be there 24 hours a day for you. So you need your immediate friends, and then you sit down as a family and you discuss this issue. And you say, Nappy has just had a child. She's supposed to be joyful, but she is depressed. We've taken her to a doctor and she says PND. Can we please gather together and support her?
So, ke mo family ya how we can about tusa lengwana, about tusa, all those things back and about tusa.
Exactly.
Yona ya last for a duration e kanagang. Kintwe tlankang demand se jara.
No. Fortunately, it's something that comes and it will go. As long as you've got the right kind of support.
The medication kaponya.
Yes. So the first line of therapy is the family and support and friends, provided they are well-wishers. Then the next thing, you can consult a psychologist who will do cognitive therapy and other forms of therapy to help you to bond close to bond with your child. And then thirdly, you can even consult a psychiatrist. If it's really severe, then they can actually perform things like ECT, electroconvulsive therapy for the brain. But before that, they put you on antidepressants, which now makes it a big failure for the mom. I've just had a baby.
Why was it a big failure for the mom?
I've just had a baby. I'm supposed to be happy. And now I'm taking antidepressants. You know, it's like, it's a failure. You get my point. They feel like they're guilty. You know,
but isn't it true? When I was going through your postnatal depression, I was on antidepressant medication. Medication I'm piling on. In two say because I get how stressed.
Yeah.
The milk,
yes,
it stops.
Yes, I'm not saying about you, but I'm just, some of the people may, not everybody, but some of the people may feel horror. It may actually exacerbate the condition. We're thinking, now I've just had a baby, now antidepressant, from where?
But it's very normal. So basically, if this happens to you, if we tola postnatal depression, don't feel like there's something wrong with you. Thank you so much, Dr. Gabaza, for coming and explaining to us about postpartum depression. Kinto is serious, and how bona or no, you are feeling sad and you feel like hauna support, you must seek the help you need. Stick around to find out who is our dishy daddy of the day. Welcome back to Raising Babies 101. In our final installment of the show, we welcome Kagiso Mudupi, our dishy daddy of the day.
Dishy daddy.
Yes, dishy daddy indeed.
How are you? How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
Thanks, man.
How
Thanks
are your nights? Warobala, you've got 2 babies, 7 and 1.
How robali when you're a parent? You know, you just accept I sell into the house. No. Walebala, no, you're a parent now.
So what was it like experience no? Memudupi, we expect that one.
I was excited, you know. You know, and I think I was just ready, you know, and everything just happened, and I was just happy to be a dad, you know. Come accept, yeah.
And the experience, Yoba supporter and by her side during pregnancy, nearly young for
I think Kenana supportana because all the cravings.
Really?
Yeah. All the cravings. I had the cravings.
Tell me about it.
For me, it was jungle oats, enaling jam, le maniknex kamogare.
What?
And that was me, you know. And kita braila batho nama and kirato host about. Kita braila batho nama and then ebekia kamole jungle oats. And it had, you know, and it had to be cooked. Yeah, I kept it instant. Tantiki ape.
Wow. And if you were doing all the cravings, man.
She was just cruising, not cruise. I couldn't hold you know? Yeah. Until the last moment.
Yeah. And how's it been for you being a dad to 2 beautiful children?
Eye-opening. Eye-opening, you know, how na excuse. How na excuse, you have to be there. You have to force yourself to be there.
That's important.
You know, yeah. I'm doing 4 shows at the same time right now.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and I'm not allowed to but you know, lead into how to become a parent.
How to become a parent.
Yeah, because most of the times we're not about for not parent, but and I'm just there to guide. Yes, no, yes.
Talking about leading, how is your leading ways when it comes to changing the lead?
No, I'm good. No, I'm good.
Anywhere, everywhere.
I am very good. I am very good. You know, I have to be hands-on and have to be, you know, involved. And that's what I've been doing. You know?
And the weirdest and strangest place? Ow, look at you. And any uncomfortable places that you've had to change a nappy, a friend's braai, a shopping center, in a queue?
You know, as in Shilo, you how the parent does uncomfortable spaces.
How
you know,
you
yeah,
do what you gotta do.
And you know, and it happens. But obviously now these days you have to be cautious, sort of guy, zhuang. But I've never had to change a nappy or a mall or anywhere else. Yeah.
And what would you say? I mean, there are a lot of young fathers, and they're thinking this is so difficult. What's your best advice of being a good dad?
Just be there. You know, and want to learn. You know, Oscar no chinchadine picking to tabo me or whether inking to tabo mang. Just luena involved jalogandate and be there. And you will see, I got to understand why bom melebana bond. And I think it's that nappy time and the bath times. Yes. And you find yourself now, you know, really bonding while it's bath time, while it's playing in the water. So, the advice is just be there. Yeah,
just be there.
Yeah, just be there.
In the audience, for Kagiso on being a dad. Mike.
Guys.
Sharp.
No man, can I concern nyana gore. Hence re schedule se busy.
Yeah.
And then you need to be there as well.
Yeah.
Especially during pregnancy, because that's where umama abanama emotion kakhulu.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how did you manage
yeah. No, for
those emotions?
For me na khona ezinye izinto ezizaqala than imali and umndeni. You know, so for me, I never missed any appointment to the gynae. I'd rather lose the money, but I have to be there, you know, because then imali zeza. I balegi imali, Joe. But ama moments la mancane we are mister. You know, you can't miss that. You can't.
And as we wrap it up, Kagiso, what would you say is your final word to this whole parenting experience?
Especially for Namajit. I think we try too hard, you know, to mimic what we see on TV, and it kind of gives us this idea,
yeah.
You know, and for me now, I say, just ukuba khona kwakho. You know, kubaluleke kakhulu, and ungazami ukuthi maye ube ubaba wase TV, iba ubaba nje. And those are the memories that I take Saltamalaka, you know, I used to walk Liana Riako Baba shop, you know, and that's where the lessons were coming in. Just to wind and time. Yeah. Let's not try too hard and want to spend money in becoming the greatest dads. Being a great dad is just being there.
And that's important.
Yeah,
A lot of
umsebenzi wakho is to love and to protect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Thank you so much, Kagiso. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Ke batla go leboga kaofela baeti ba rona, our studio audience, and most importantly, wena o shebileng go gae. To find out more about us on social media, search Raising Babies 101 on your browser. Catch us next week right here on SABC2. Ha re tlhokomele bana ba rona, ka re bana ba rona ke bokamoso ba rona. For me, Carol Ofori, until next week. Welcome to Pep Talk, the parent's guide to all tips, tricks, and hacks for raising your kids. Today we're talking nappy changing, and I'm going to share all the basics of changing your infant's nappy, from what you need in your nappy bag, all the way to safety and hygiene tips. When it comes to changing your baby's nappy, there are some essentials that you can't do without. Firstly, if you don't have a running tap and soap nearby, use wet wipes to wipe your hands clean. You'll also need your nappies or a damp warm cloth for baby's bottom, a changing mat, or a blanket if you don't have a soft surface to work on. And most importantly, bum cream, or our Cuddle Some petroleum jelly to avoid baby getting a rash. If you are using terry cloth nappies, pre-soak them for an hour before washing them in hot water. Soaking makes the cloth more absorbent, which prevents leakage and also helps with stain removal. Hygiene is paramount when it comes to infants because their immune system is not yet fully developed. So when it comes to changing their nappies, it's crucial that the environment around you is clean and safe. Share some of your nappy changing tips on our social media pages and remember to use our hashtag #PepTalk. Catch us next time right here on Pep Talk for more tips and tricks from Pep for you and your little one. And if you want to get winning with Pep, get onto our social media pages quick and enter our weekly competition. You can stand a chance to win some essentials for your nappy bag. See you next time.